Welcome to the On Deck podcast for all your baseball DFS needs with your superstar hosts, fantasy baseball experts, Casey, Bubba, and Bogman. On Deck podcast is sponsored by LineStar app, the #1 top-rated data and analytics tool for daily fantasy sports.
And welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the On Deck MLB DFS podcast, previewing your Monday, April 19th edition. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Lots of fun on the diamond. You can find me on Twitter at Pediatric and my co-host, as always, on Twitter at Bogman Sports. Scotty Bogman, how we doing, man?
Hey, man, the Diamondbacks won a couple games this
weekend.
Ooh,
what a weekend. Mad Bum, 5 innings, didn't get shelled.
I didn't get absolutely crushed. That was a very, very good outing for him. And, you know, our buddy the Welsh was excited too. He's like, hey, Mad Bum was pretty good. I'm like, well, let's not say he's good. Let's say he looked pretty good.
He survived.
He did survive. So happy for that. Not happy that Ronald Acuna left on Sunday night.
A lot of Sunday injuries. A lot of Sunday injuries.
Yeah, there were a bunch of them. You know, obviously Bellinger on the IL now with the fibula fracture.
They're saying potentially 2 months. Potentially 2 months for Bellinger.
Really, 2 months?
If it's a legit fracture, like they're saying in the fibula, because it's a weight-bearing.
They said a hairline fracture, which is the same thing that Gallen had in his pitching elbow.
Yeah, but this is a weight-bearing limb. He's got to use it to plant on and stuff. So it's got to be. Right. Yeah, we'll see. But like Starling Marte left with an injury. Lance Lynn's on the IL.
Oh, that's the
like worst. That one crushed me. Like I love that big hairy guy.
He's a big fat guy like us. We got to appreciate him.
I respect him. He just goes out there and slings it for 120 pitches. It's beautiful. So yeah, it was a rough one on the diamond there, but still great baseball to be seen all weekend. Lots of fun.
Love the Dodgers and Padres.
That's just about to say. I got on the conversation.
So great.
Yeah, first game out of the 19 they're going to face, they were already going at it. I'm like, this needs to be on MLB Network or Fox or somewhere every single time they're on TV. Your ratings will go through the roof. Like this is must see TV with these two teams because they all have aces. So it's like it's great games all around.
Yeah, it's not like a 13-3 drubbing like if they were playing the Diamondbacks or Giants or anything. It's a good matchup. I mean, this is team number 1 and team number 3 as far as World Series odds before the year started. So it's a lot of fun. And I think I was talking about this on the ITL Fantasy Baseball podcast. I feel like the chippiness that we've had early in the season is because there were gigantic fines and suspensions for any fights last year because of COVID. And we might go back to that because, you know, on today's slate, it got bumped from 7 games to 6 games because of more COVID issues. So maybe we're going to go back to that soon. But I kind of like the rivalries that we're seeing in the chippiness. I don't want to see anyone, you know, get domed or anything, but let's I like the rivalry. I like the dust ups a little bit and stuff like that. It definitely adds a lot of fun to these games.
Yeah, the rivalry is great. The trash talking is great. Yeah, no dome shots. We don't need that. But you know, if you guys want to talk some trash and have some fun, like I'm all for it. That like it was good. Profar and Kershaw trying to go at it. Like basically Profar telling him, I'm not gonna say it on the show to do, but it was great. Like he could read lips real quickly on that one. So I was a fan of it. It was good to see. And for a stadium having like 30 to 40%, give or take, of San Diego, that place was rocking. Like that, we haven't got the sold out stadiums yet. That place, the Beat LA chance, that place was rocking. So I guess it's just because we've missed stadium like fans for so long. It was so like Friday night tuning into that. I was like, oh, this is awesome.
That place gets rocking too. I went there when to a sold out game on the 4th of July. I think it was the second game Manny Ramirez came back from his giant suspension. There were so many Dodgers fans. There were so many Padres fans. And then here I am, you know, just happened to be in San Diego for the 4th of July weekend. And it was a great time. Like the chants were so loud. It sounded like "Let's Go Dodgers" is what it sounded like because both teams were trying to drown each other out. They gave away like this big Tony Gwynn towel. It was that place can get rocking and be a lot of fun when it's full. It's surprisingly big for a big league ballpark. It's like, you know, Chase Field is kind of like that too. It's a little cavernous. It's a big place that holds a lot of people. So these and it's just going to get worse when the heat gets you know, more infectious to people and starts really bothering them. So going to have some real short fuses. So going to be a fun season.
Yeah, it is. It's great to have it go, and hopefully the COVID situations come under control. As you mentioned, the Twins basically didn't play Saturday or Sunday due to COVID situation. So that means the Angels didn't play as well. So that's why if you're looking at FanDuel, they still have Quintana in there, but they moved the rotations around. Bundy's pitching. Quintana will throw on Wednesday. But the Twins A's game is not being played on Monday. DraftKings just erased it from the slate. FanDuel still has it on the slate because that's FanDuel, and you have to figure it out for yourself. So that's fun there, but it's going to be a doozy. And let's just get at it, Bogman. Let's start breaking down 6 games on this wonderful Monday. And one other thing, there's one day game, the Boston Marathon game, 11:10 Eastern, not on the main slates. But if you have season-long fantasy, set your lineups. So keep that in mind. But Giants at Phillies, Kevin Gossman, Chase Anderson, over under 8.5 in this one. This is a fun one here just to start things off. You got Gossman at 85 on FanDuel, Chase Anderson at 6K. On DraftKings, Chase Anderson 68, Gossman 66. Quite the price difference for Gossman. Are you intrigued with either of these arms?
I'm intrigued a little bit by Gossman. He did let us down in his last start, and this is a road Philly start, so I like him a little bit, but not as much as I would like him at home in San Francisco.
Yeah, I'm trying to be very picky on my pitchers on this small slate, and I don't think Gossman's going to make the cut. Because I respect the Phillies offense a lot. There's like 2 or 3 pitchers I would put in a basket of if you want to be really different on a small slate. Gossman would be one of them. We'll talk about a few more obviously later. So if you want to go that route and be like totally contrarian, sure. But I'm going to pass on him as well. What bats do you like in this game, though? Because the Giants are chirping loudly for me.
Yeah, I mean, you're the Giants fan, so you're probably going to know better than me. But I do have a lot to point out here. A little PVB data. Andrew McCutchen, 3 for 5 in his career against Gossman with a double and a homer. So 2 extra base hits there. Harper, 5 for 12 against Gossman. Gene Segura, 5 for 10. So 3 big parts of the lineup have pretty good PVB data here. Donovan Solano in his career against Chase Anderson, 2 for 6 with 2 doubles. So 2 extra base hits for him, 3 for 7 for Flores, 6 for 18 with 2 doubles for Buster Posey. Other bats that I like, Didi Gregorius at 4,800, 2,800 on FanDuel. Nice cheap option. Rhys Hoskins still hitting pretty well, 4,500, 3,400 is his price. Alec Boehm, 3,500, 2,400. And Brandon Belt just hitting really well recently, 3,400 and 2,300. A nice cheap option at first.
Yeah, I love Belt. He's a cash game play on both sides for me, and he's definitely a piece of a stack. I love him in this situation versus Anderson. So cheap. And then the Giants, they're okay. They're decently affordable on DraftKings. Belt's the cheapest one that I like. But on FanDuel, like Posey, he might play at the elbow situation. He's 2,300 on FanDuel. Solano's 23. Alex Dickerson, who we love facing versus Chase Anderson, is 23. So there's a lot to like here. You could go Crawford if you want. I'd pass. Like you can get Yastrzemski at 3K on FanDuel. He's like 51 on DraftKings. I think that's an outstanding value. So those are the kind of things I'm like. If you can go like a Belt, Yastrzemski, Dickerson, I'm like in love with that situation on a Giant stack. So go there. And if you're playing DraftKings, if Posey doesn't play, you can get Casali for 3K. He's one of the cheaper catcher options on the slate. When it comes to the Phillies, though, I love paying up for Harper today. He took Saturday off with the back injury, hit an absolute moonshot in his first at-bat on Sunday. He's healthy. If Gossman slips up at all, and the splitter's been very wonky, that's my big season-long problem with him. If the splitter's not there, he's not going to be that effective. If it's off at all, Harper and the Phillies are going to have a field day. I'm not going full stack on them. I want the Giant stack, but just keep that one on your radar with Harper. I think he's one of the better pay-up spots that might go kind of overlooked because Gossman gets a lot of respect for good reasons. All right, St. Louis at Washington. These guys faced off last week. We get some rematches here. Flaherty versus Ross over under 8. This is a very intriguing one because you got Flaherty at 88 on FanDuel. On DK, he's 85. Ross 79 on DK, 76 on FanDuel. I'm liking some stuff here. What arms are you liking?
Yeah, I don't know. Flaherty frustrates me, so I just don't think I'm into it right now. So I'm going to be out on Flaherty, and Ross has been good though. Ross has been pretty good. 7,900, 7,600. I think is a decent, GPP play.
Yeah, I think Ross is GPP play. It's just there's guys around him that I'd rather pay for their ceiling, but Ross has been good. And again, kind of like the Gossman comment, Ross will come in extremely low owned. So I think it's an intriguing play. I'm actually in on Flaherty on this slate. I usually am not in on Flaherty. I like him a lot. This Washington offense, it's boom or bust. Like I don't like Flaherty in cash, But right now, they're just in a funk, like a massive funk. Over the weekend, they won like on a walk-off home run by Schwarber. They get shut down by Bumgarner. It's been really hot and cold with these guys. And the one thing Flaherty's doing, he's still striking out a lot of guys. So he's not like 10K like he used to be. He's 85 on DK. He's 88 on FanDuel. I'm good with that. So I don't mind Flaherty, especially as an SP2 on DK going there. GPP only, though, not cash. What bats do you like in this game?
Yeah, there's a couple bats here. I like, Arenado 5,100, 3,600, 3 for 8 in his career off of Ross with 3 doubles. So getting extra bases there. Yachty's 3 for 10 off of him. I like that one. Other bats here. I mean, you can just pay up for Soto at any point. Guy's so good. 5,800, 4,100. He's expensive. Turner hit 2 bombs yesterday, 5,400, 3,800 on FanDuel. So I like that price for him a lot. Schwarber, also big price discrepancy here, 4,900 on DK, but 32 on FanDuel. I think that's a decent value. Dylan Carlson, 3,400 and 3,000, I think is another nice buy.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think the Cardinals, as much as I respect Ross, you're wondering how real it is. This could be the night to play a low-owned Cardinal stack if Ross really does struggle. I think it's one of the tournament angles on this 6-game slate. And for that reason, like you mentioned, Carlson, 33K on FanDuel, like you said. I think one of the big discrepancies, Tommy Edmonds, a 53 on DK, he's 29 on FanDuel. Wow. I am all about him on FanDuel. Like that
Absolutely.
One, second base and outfield. Like I had this talk in a chat like last week when like it was in the LineStar chat. Get the LineStar app on the Apple App Store and Google Play, and you can be in this chat too. Someone said, "How does DK keep pricing Tommy Edman above 5K?" I said, "It's nice of them to do that because then I'll never play him. Like it's just so much easier." But at 29 on FanDuel, very much in play, very very much. So,
very much,
especially in tournaments. But there's some intriguing angles when it comes to the Cardinals that I think they'll go kind of overlook because people are respecting Ross. This could be the kind of night to play him. I play them as a little bit of a difference because we go on to Tampa Bay and Kansas City, where the wind's blowing at about 15 miles an hour from left field, apparently, and it's going to be cold. But it's 2 pitchers people like to target, and we don't have a total on this one yet. We're kind of waiting on that because Fleming is going to take on Duffy, and they're still approving Fleming. Fleming is not on FanDuel yet. Yarborough's there, but it's Fleming. Duffy's 83 on FanDuel. On DK, though, we got Duffy at 70 or 7,000, Fleming at 72. Are you interested in both these pitchers have been pitching pretty well?
Yeah, I mean, look, I feel like Fleming has pitched 38 games already this season, and he's only pitched in 1 game. It was against the Rangers, and he gave up 1 run over 5 innings, struck out 2, only walked 2, gave up 4 hits. So decent outing there. I mean, he's okay. Duffy, I think if I'm going to pick a pitcher here, I think I would go with Duffy. But this game has a weird feel for me with the wind blowing in and the starters potentially changing and stuff. This one weirds me out. So if I'm going to pick a pitcher here, I am going to take Duffy and not Fleming. I
like how you said that. This game weirds me out as well because I kind of want to use Duffy because he's been pitching well, and I was kind of a believer that in the preseason he's going to give up 3 or 4 runs most starts, but he's going to throw 6 or 7 innings. He's going to strike out enough guys. So as long as he's not too expensive, which 7K is not too expensive, especially on a small slate, he can pay things off for you. He's gone over 20 DraftKings points in both starts this year. He's been very effective. So if you want to go there, I get it. But the reason why it's like a frustrating, confusing game, like you said, is I kind of want to attack both guys too because there's some good right-handed bats in this lineup. So it's like pick your poison or just kind of stay away. I'm not sure where I'm at completely, but there's some interesting value. What bats do you like in this game?
Yeah, there's a couple bats here. I mean, Witt still hot, 5,400, 3,900. Salvador Perez has been really hot. Obviously, you got to pay up for more for him in DK because you got to roster a catcher. 4,900, 3,300 on FanDuel though. So a nice value there. Joey Wendell has been pretty hot recently. 4,300, 3,100 for him. Soler, 3,300, 2,700 for a little power. And Manny Margot, one of your boys, 2,900 on both. So significant discount on DK.
Yeah, I love the Margot value for sure. Yeah, like you said, Soler's nice and cheap, and like these guys are just tournament players.
Soler hasn't been hitting yet, but you get him on that nice night, and he's going to hit a couple bombs, And
I love the idea of Salvi because it's expensive, so he kind of gets overlooked. But when he's hitting, you just ride that wave. And overall, the catchers aren't great on this slate. Like they're usually not great in general, but you have no Gary Sanchez, you have no cheap Stallings, all these kind of guys like to punt with and stuff. They're not there. Like it's a weird slate for when you have to take a catcher. But also, I wanted to mention on DK, 100 Ozers 31, on FanDuel is only 22. He's starting to get going. And Hanser Alberto loves hitting lefties. He's 3K on DK, 21 on FanDuel. So those could be a couple more values if you want to pay up at other positions to take a look at. Like, I don't think I'm full on stacking this game, but the idea of taking a value piece here or there to kind of fill out a roster, I'm okay with on that one. It's a weird game, like you said. Texas at the Anaheim Angels. Arihara versus Bundy. There's no total because of the pitching change. I'm guessing it'll be about 8.5 to 9, give or take, because Arihara is a big contact pitcher. What arms do you like in this one?
Arihara looked a little better in his last outing, so I'm not wholly and completely against him. Like, I don't think I might stack against him, but this Angels team is a good contact team, so I don't want to mess with it. So maybe Bundy, but I think there's better pitchers to pay up for today than Bundy also. So Bundy is a maybe, Arihara is a no.
Well, I'm all in on Bundy. So this is the guy I love at 77. I love his strikeout upside. I love the inconsistency and lack of overall talent on the Texas lineup. If he can just navigate through like Lowe and Gallo, like Calhoun's back and Garcia's there, but there's a lot of strikeouts with all that.
They're working it out right now.
Yeah,
for sure.
There's a lot of strikeouts. So I think it's one of those. We've seen Bundy do it. He's done it in both starts. He goes at least 6 innings. He throws like 95 to 100 plus pitches every time. And he always gets the strikeouts no matter what. So I'm willing to give that a dice. And I think his floor is great. That's why I like him on this short slate. I think he got like a 15-point DK floor, like a 25-point FanDuel floor with a massive ceiling. So I like Bundy at 77 for sure.
Yeah, Texas, the third highest strikeout rate in the league right now, only ahead of the Cubs and the Orioles.
Yeah, so I'll enjoy targeting that for now. If it burns me, it burns me. But on a 6-game slate, I'll take that floor. What bats do you like?
Well, I'll pay up for Trout today, 6,000, 4,600. Jared Walsh, decent bat, 5,100, 3,500. Ohtani, once again, he's a little cheaper than he should be. I mean, this guy, if you look at MLB Savant, he's top of everything right now. It's unbelievable. So, but 4,600, 4,400 for him. Gallo, as you mentioned, 4,400, 3,000. And Calhoun, since he's still, working his way back, 2,600 and 2,100. Really, really cheap option.
Yeah, I like the value with Gallo or with Calhoun and a couple other guys for sure. But I'm pretty much on Bundy. It'd be one of those if I wanted to kind of be different in a lineup. If I find out Bundy's going to be chalky, okay, then you play some low in Texas and see what happens. I love the Angel stack, especially. It's expensive, but like the Trout, Ohtani, and Walsh, like just that threesome right there. I'm fine with that. It's the expensive stack, but you give me those 3 big bats in the middle of that order, I'll dance with that all day long. So I'm good there. I think that's a fun one to tackle because at worst, if Arihara goes 5 or 6, and you get some bad bullpen as well. So enjoy and have fun. Milwaukee at San Diego. Brandon Woodruff, Joe Musgrove, over under 7. I hope this goes under because I just want to see a pitching duel. These are just 2 good arms that I like both very much. Musgrove 10.5 on FanDuel, Woodruff 96 on FanDuel, Musgrove 10.2 on DK, Woodruff 9,000. Both priced up for good reasons. Which arms do you like tonight?
I mean, this game is, one of those that could be under 2 hours if it plays out right, like you said. If I have to pick one, I'm going to go with the cheaper option of these 2 and take Woodruff at 9,000, 9,600. I mean, not to, I'm not bashing Musgrove. Obviously, he's great and probably going to be one of the higher owned pitchers in cash games. But I think if I'm debating between the 2, I'm going to go with the cheaper option and take Woodruff.
Yeah, for me, I'm going Musgrove just because you mentioned it a second ago. Or no, you didn't because they're probably just behind Texas. But the strikeouts Milwaukee brings to the table is very, very high, like extremely high. So that's just been a target of mine this last week. We just keep track, like attacking. Yelich is probably still out, but their offense is heating up. So I respect that. I think Woodruff's a great tournament play because people just don't put anybody against San Diego. So I think that's a great tournament play. I'm all for that. I'm going to go Musgrove. But I would say if I know I keep saying it, if you want to be really unique, put a Milwaukee stack together because no one's going to tonight. No one.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, I like kind of that contrarian play for sure.
So what bats do you like here?
Well, Machado, 2 for 5 in his career with a double off of Woodruff. So that's nice. One other PVB guy is Castanheira, who is terrible right now, but he's 3 for 8 with a double and a homer in his career off of Musgrove. So that's nice. But I mean, it's, paying up for some of these bats. Fernando Tatis is back, 5,100, 3,600. Nice cheap option on FanDuel. Travis Shaw, the mayor of Ding Dong City, your guy, 4,200, 2,700. Cronenworth at 38 and 28 is a nice option. Profar has been playing pretty much every day. He's 28 on both. And Tommy Pham, 2,700, 2,200. I know some of these guys aren't hitting, but if you can get them at a value, we know they're going to hit eventually, and today could be the day.
Yeah, I like the Cronenworth price tag. He's kind of getting bumped down a bit because of Woodruff, which is cool because I respect Woodruff too. But Cronenworth just took Bauer deep. He can hit. He's just a hitter. So I don't mind him at all, especially like a cash game play. I love Profar if he's hitting at the top of the order where he was before Tatis came back. If somehow Tatis takes the day off or something and Profar's back up top, definitely could. I think that's a great play. When it comes to the Milwaukee stack I was thinking of, Garcia's heating up big time, and so is JBJ, and so is Travis Shaw. All three are affordable.
Yeah.
Just you don't have to go a massive stack, but just like a little bit of exposure that for some reason something goes wrong with Musgrove, no one's going to own these guys, and you could really, really have some fun there.
Yeah, no Yelich in the lineup. Yeah, the more we talk about this, the more I do like Musgrove.
Yeah, that's the thing is it's a good team if they're all healthy and like hitting like they should be. They're just not right now. Right. It's just one of those deals. Last game of the night, Los Angeles Dodgers, Seattle Mariners, Dustin May, Justice Sheffield, over under 8. How chalky is Dustin May going to be tonight, Bogman?
I mean, that's the bet. That's going to be the most owned pitcher, I think. And that's my favorite pitcher on the stack, too. I think it's almost an easy call, because Woodruff and Musgrove are playing each other. So, that's kind of rough. Bundy is probably next, and then Flaherty. So, and after that, probably Gossman. That's probably how you would order these pitchers today. But yeah, May is going to be at the top of a lot of lineups.
Yeah, he's 97 on DraftKings, 93 on FanDuel. He's going to be very popular, like right sandwich between Woodruff and Musgrove. So I'm going to just avoid him just out of principle on a 6-game slate and just the volatility that, like, he threw 88 pitches and then 71 because the Dodgers are going to Dodger. And when he throws that 71, he crushes you. And I can't play him in cash. In tournaments, yes, because if he pitches great. I'm just going to avoid it and go elsewhere, but I totally understand 100% playing him. What bats do you like on this?
Yeah, and look, I think a nice contrarian play might be Sheffield. So, because he might be the lowest owned pitcher since May is probably going to be the highest owned pitcher. So Sheffield might be a nice contrarian play. But I mean, it's Dodgers bats here. Pollock is cheap at 31 and 22. Seager 46 and 3,300. Kyle Seager, by the way, 46 and 3,300. Corey is 5,700 and 3,800. Justin Turner has been hot, 5,500, 4,300. Muncy is a nice play here, 5,000 and 3,600. And of course, you can play bets whenever you want. So it's kind of, if I am going to stack bats from one team, it will be the Dodgers today.
Yeah, I love Turner. Turner's just hitting everything right now. He's expensive, 55 and 43, but he's been worth the price lately. Muncy, I like that call because these people see lefty. He hits lefties just fine. So don't worry about that. I think similar to the Milwaukee idea, because if May's wonky, like he can be, it can get interesting. Like I like stacking the Milwaukee one more than Seattle, but if you want to go like Haniger, Seager, France, and Marmoleos, some combo there, I think you'll get some ownership there. So there's value, like you mentioned, with those ones, especially Marmoleos and a couple others. So you could go there if you want to get really different, but I don't think that's the angle I'm going to take tonight. Recapping things real quick before we head on out of here, and recapping the most important things, go check out LineStar on Twitter, at LineStar app on Twitter, at LineStar MLB. Go to the App Store, Apple App Store, Google Play, download it. Awesome stuff there. Just great tools, the chat, all the good stuff there. Give a rate and review on iTunes. We'd appreciate that a ton. And you can also check out the podcast on YouTube, on the LineStar YouTube channel. Subscribe, like, all the good stuff there to keep pumping this thing through. But Bogman, we kind of hinted at it, but let's recap it for everybody. What would be your cash game arms tonight?
Cash game arms are going to be May and Musgrove and Woodruff. Those are the three for me.
I'm going Musgrove Bundy. That's my combo. And that way I can pay up for my Angels. What's your GPP pitcher tonight?
GPP for me, I mean, I like May in both scenarios, but probably Duffy in that one.
And for me, it's Flaherty. I never play Flaherty, so people beware. But there's something about this tonight. I'm in on it. So we'll see how I ride it. I like the Duffy idea as well. If you want to save some cash and see how that one plays
I like
out.
the wind blowing in.
Yep.
It feels like it's going to be one of those weird long games.
Definitely. Who are you stacking up tonight?
Dodgers are the big stack tonight. So I think the Dodgers, we mentioned the Angels before. Those are probably the two for me.
Yeah, my two top ones, Giants and Angels. Let's dance. Let's see what happens. I'll know if my night's over real quick because the Giants are the first game of the evening. So that's always good. Maybe we can record and I'll be crying. We'll find out. But with all that being said, people, they tweet it out every day with our picks and Mr. Ryan Humphrey's picks. The home run calls, retweet it. If one of us hits him, Bogman hit one last week with Vladito. You get some free swag. Bogman, who's going yard tonight?
Give me Nolan Arenado against Joe Ross. That's where I'm going to go for this one.
I like that. Getting a little sneaky there with the Cardinal play. I like it. I like it. I'm not going to get sneaky. Shohei Ohtani going deep tonight. I am in love with him. We say it. You said it. They keep underpricing him for what he's worth. The fact that Walsh is always priced higher than Ohtani makes zero sense to me at all.
It doesn't make any sense.
And they're both first base outfield eligible. It just doesn't make sense. So Ohtani's going deep again. He's going to keep running it. If you just want to take him and Trout both going deep, go for it. But Ohtani's going deep tonight. I'm all in on the Angels. So we'll see what happens. But any final thoughts? It's a 6-game slate. It's Monday, Bogman. What do you want to give the listeners?
I'm just, the D-backs can't lose because they have a day off. So that's nice. And I'm really intrigued to watch this Musgrove and Woodruff, show here. And I'm interested to see when we get a little deeper in the season here, how these prices start changing because some of these guys are not hitting. So some of them are already kind of low. But we're gonna see the stock market prices of these guys start fluctuating. So I'm excited about that too.
Yep, it's something we talked about a lot last year. It's like just keep playing Gleyber Torres, keep playing Rafael, keep playing guys are struggling because eventually they're gonna get hot and it takes 3 to 4 days before they change the prices and you can run away with it. So have fun with that. But that'll wrap us up on this episode. Again, check out LineStar, all the good stuff there. Check out Bogman on Twitter at Bogman Sports. I'm Matt Pediatric. We'll be back with you guys tomorrow, but good luck tonight.
See ya.
Thank you for listening to the LineStar app On Deck podcast. Download LineStar app from the App Store or go to LineStarApp.com for all your DFS baseball needs. If you love the On Deck podcast, support KC, Bubba, and Bogman by rating and subscribing. Good luck.